Some people like to buy Toyotas, so they have that peace of mind knowing that their truck will get them home at the end of every trip. Some people like to buy Jeeps for a reason I couldn't tell you. I'm just kidding. They like that off-the-lot capability, and I understand. And then some people like to buy 3/4 size or 1-ton trucks for a completely unrealistic platform. I'm not ragging on you diesel guys. I have a Cummins at home. I wheeled it for a year, and it was the most miserable experience ever out on these Arizona trails. And then some people like to buy Isuzu Troopers, so they're always kind of kept on their toes, not knowing what comes next. The norm of this hobby has become dudes getting out there, buying $75,000, $100,000 plus rigs and wheeling it once, maybe twice a month. And that's cool. If that's your thing, I'm not ragging on it. I think that's awesome if you can afford that. And I know a lot of you who follow my channel are probably like, dude, don't you have 3 really nice rigs at home? Well, yeah, I do, and that's not because I'm financially stable, that's because I'm financially irresponsible. But if it's your thing to deck your truck out with every single gear that's mainstream and on the market, do it. But I'm trying to show people getting into this that that is not necessary. And that's why the old Isuzu Trooper here is out here today to show you guys exactly what you need to get out and start doing this and how minimal you really can go just to get out and enjoy and 4-wheel drive and do your thing and camp. You don't need a lot, guys. So like I said, at home I have 3 really nice vehicles that would be a hell of a lot more comfortable coming out and doing a trail like this. But to be honest with you guys, not only am I trying to set an example for budget overlanding, budget off-roading, whatever you will, I actually enjoy driving old shit boxes like this for some reason. It's just kind of the unknowing whether, you know, all the work you put in is going to hold up or something else is going to fail. It's just exciting to me. So with that being said, welcome to the first series of actually camping on the Overlanding for the Poors Trooper Edition and the first camp out in the desert season. So thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned. Dude, I am so stoked to be out camping in the desert again. Dude, it feels so good.
We're fucking here.
I miss the saguaros, the creosote, not being in pine trees,
Wait,
seeing,
listen.
and no people. There's no noise. Colorado might have really beautiful mountains. Utah might have the red rocks, but there's just something so elegant about Arizona, saguaro desert, Sonoran desert type canyonlands. There's just nowhere else in the country like it, and that's why I might go to these other states and just find the beauty in it, but something always brings me back here, just loving it more and more. And it's hard to compare, it's not apples to apples, but we got something special here in southern Arizona. So this week we got out, tested the Trooper's wheeling capabilities, made sure it wasn't going to completely fall apart coming out here and doing one of these longer distance, further from home type of trips. And it's held up so far. On the highway, it felt fantastic. I was a little bit scared over 70 miles an hour, but it rode like a couch. So I'm not worried about that at this point. On the dirt and a little more slow going, bedrock, technical stuff, it feels amazing. I really can't complain for it being a 30-year-old truck with KYB suspension on it. It's doing pretty good. And this camp trip was so last minute. I literally threw a cooler in here and sleeping stuff, my pooper, and that's it. So my whole goal was to not overpack this vehicle, keep it light, because, you know, for the average overlander, you're probably not going to have a fridge. And it is a good investment. I would suggest if you do this often, I would buy a fridge, but it's not necessary. I've got this nice Canyon cooler. I went to Quick Trip and I bought 2 sandwiches, a pack of hot dogs, and that's it. And you really don't need much more food than that. I can survive on next to nothing if necessary. If you're doing like 1, 2, 3 days max, You really don't need a fridge. You really don't need a camp kitchen. If you can pack dry and you bring yourself enough beer and a place to sleep, shit, you don't even need a place to sleep. You don't need a tent. You can kick back in your driver's seat. It's not going to be comfortable, but you can do it if you can't afford it. You can go buy a $100 tent from Walmart. You drink enough beer and you're not going to care where you're sleeping by the end of the night.
I brought a deck of cards if you want to play Cold Fish later.
Oh, you know how to play Russian rummy?
No.
That's a good one. If I don't get too drunk by then, I'll teach you how to play rummy.
If not, we could play Texas Hold'em or poker and we could put money on it.
We could bet with. Oh yeah, this thing is so comfy. In the late 1800s, prospectors traced bright green veins through the hills above Winkleman, which produced small claims like the Cholito and Velasco mines. Using only hand tools and carving mule trails into the side of these hills, pulling just enough ore to keep the dream alive. And after driving these hills in a modern 4x4, the struggle the old-timers faced wasn't enough to keep their ambitions down. Their successes brought in investors, and by the early 1900s, bigger companies had moved in. The Ray Mine and Hayden Smelter turned the quiet desert into one of Arizona's busiest copper corridors. Ore trains ran day and night, and towns like Hayden, Kearney, and Winkleman grew around the smoke and promise of work. For nearly a century, copper from these mountains powered America, wiring cities, ships, and machines of war. When the prices fell, the jobs disappeared, and the desert slowly took back what was left. think those Colorado passes get busy, following up really slow Toyotas and Wranglers and whatnot. The Razors out here on these Arizona trails, they just take their time. Like, come on, you got kids with you, let's get a move on. We've been behind these guys for like 25 minutes now, and they're going not fast. The view here is pretty insane. And we're only at about 5,000 feet, if that, and it is just expansive. This is what I love about Arizona. It's just endless land of nice rough trails. We're just going straight up from here. The old Poopty is doing quite well.
Turn it in past it. Oh, you were so close. Yeah, keep your wheels straight. No, straight. Go. Yeah. You want to just come back up here? Get that get that passenger side as high as you possibly can. The driver's side's gonna run that vane. There she goes, wheel placements, everything.
There's something so relaxing to me about driving these old, sketchy, loose, rocky roads. In a 4x4, I wouldn't feel safe letting my woman drive. But the real excitement comes from these old abandoned mining areas. I'll endure a full day of physically taxing wheeling if it means there's a 150-year-old shack and a 100-foot mine shaft at the end to stare at for a good hour. And I've had this one on my radar for years. The Treehouse cabin is an icon to those who know Southern Arizona, and it's one of those locations that remind you of how truly badass the old timers were who conquered these mountains. And then you take into perspective for those who came 1,000 years before them. First the Salado, then the Apache. To many, these mountains are nothing but empty land, but to them, it was their home. So about, well, it's only been a week, last weekend, this area of Arizona, kind of around Globe, south of Globe, got 7 inches of rain. And it's hard to kind of tell, obviously, on camera, but we are the first people to come out here after this rain. And there's just debris everywhere. I've been pulling boulders out of the road. They saw a lot of water here. I mean, 7 inches in Arizona, you know what happened to Globe. That was happening out here too. So they got a ton of rain. There are no tire tracks out here yet. So we're dealing with a lot of uncharted road. There's a lot of new boulders. This road is definitely more technical than I was anticipating. Trooper's doing fine. But I think a lot of the geography has actually changed. I mean, this washout I'm going through right now, this was just completely cut out going up that wash. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting. These cooler temps are bringing them all out looking for food, last ditch effort before they go into hibernation. This is the San Bernardino mine. Shaft's filled in, but they're pulling gold, asbestos, big old tank over there, old wall. Pretty neat. So we have finally crested the top. Now we're coming back down. It's called Cholito Mine Road. I see some tailings way down there, but I'm hoping this road chills out because we have to go meet Alejandro here in about 30 minutes, and we still have like 16 miles left, so we'll see. Gotta give this a peek. There's a mine shaft and it's open and it's accessible and it's not 3 feet. Oh, it does go. Oh, very cool. Wow, it's not huge, but oh, I just stepped in mud. All this water seeped in. Pretty cool. Not deep, not as deep as I was anticipating, but I think maybe the further we go down, the better mining stuff we're gonna get into. Okay, Johnny found a better one. Oh wow, dude. It's pretty though.
That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Just shafts everywhere. I'm gonna have to take a little walk down in here. Oh, this is huge.
Is there a box down there?
There's an old log. Stops down there at the end of the pool of water, but
Definitely smells stale.
oh yeah. Yeah, they always have this dingy, dank smell to it, but that is so cool.
Talk about a camp spot.
I know. I think this collapsed in. Glad it didn't collapse on us.
Nope. Yep.
Get the heck out of here. There's a shaft here, another shaft back over there, past the ones we already hit. There's just, it's like they were tapping hard into this mountain to see what they could find. But this is really cool. This is one of those things, I wish I had more time. I need to come back with good headlamp and camelback, and I honestly like exploring this kind of stuff. I know it's pretty risky. Another one there. Another big gorge right there. Man, it's just, it's so impressive. These have to be 1880s, so I mean, I'm no math guy, but what, 140, 60 years old, something like that. These old timers were coming up here even after that. I mean, having carriages tow them down then, but I mean, they're bringing like 2-wheel drive trucks all the way up here in the 30s and 40s, just blasting these mountains like nobody's business. And I'm up here like, shit, I really hope my radiator doesn't explode, leisurely running these mountains. So really says something about that older generation. This little shelf road is rough. There's just so many new boulders that were pushed down from all the rain, and you can see all the ones up ahead. It's rough on the Trooper, and I got a really bad tire on this thing, but we're cruising, I guess. Oh, check out that. You need to get out and have a peek at this. That is gorgeous. Oh man. So pretty. That blue in there, man. This road has just been pretty much deleted. This is the roughest, most off-cambery section we've had to experience yet, and I think the water just ripped down this something crazy. This Trooper is so tippy too. I'm like at a 30-degree pitch, it feels like, but she's she's making it down. See Johnny's angle back there. Hoping and praying my sidewall hangs on, because this is the not good tire right here. But you'd have thought I'd learned my lesson by now and replaced it after my last 2 trips popping tires, but knock on wood, I sure hope she holds up. Got one more mine shaft here. I have to look at it. Johnny's working that down. That was rough. That was really rough. But check this bad boy out. This is the Cholito mine. And must have drawn a long shaft down that way at one point, or they filled it in, but this is pretty cool. Another mining cabin, and just tailings all over the side of that. This thing is badass though. Still standing. Pretty amazing.
Keep your eye on this side and me. Hey, start going slow. Just ride it out now. Yep, straight. You're gonna come down in about 2 feet. Up. Yeah, keep coming. Ride that straight out, yep. And once you come down, you can come my way.
We're about off the mountain now. You can see how much elevation we've dropped. We were at the very top up there. And that was, this was one hell of a road. This was definitely pushing the Trooper. I'm super proud of her. She didn't explode, so that's a win. We're almost down to the bottom. You might be able to make out the Winkleman mine. We're dropping like into Hayden right now. And then we're going up into the next mountain range over there, if we can cross the San Pedro River, and that's a big if because we just got a ton of rain. Obviously this road's destroyed. I can only imagine how much flow that river's picked up right now. Normally it's crossable, but I'm kind of thinking it's not, so we might have to do some detours to find a way in. Linking up with the dude. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
Carrying a purse on you?
It's got a gun in it.
Oh. Well, how's Alpine?
That was the new DJI.
Yeah, it is the new DJI.
Oh, nice.
Osmo Action 5.
I was kind of tempted to call it sick for tomorrow, or tonight, no, tomorrow, yeah, and then stay for another 4 days.
Sounds pretty nice.
but
I wish I could do that. I gotta go sell a car tomorrow.
what are you selling?
Guinness Corolla.
Oh, you're actually selling it. What is she getting?
My RAV.
Oh, so you can give her the wrap? Yeah.
So we ran into a bit of an encumbrance. That is a road closed sign. The San Pedro is at the end of this, and I anticipate it being completely flooded. No way for us to get across. If it was the way I saw it was when we were coming in, it just way too tall. I mean, it would be like 3 or 4 feet. And Johnny's intake's low, mine is low. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna backtrack to the south, go to Mammoth, and then we're gonna hop on Willow Springs Road and just go find a camp somewhere close to Tucson and enjoy the rest of our evening. Well, the Trooper successfully made it, and I am thoroughly impressed by what it did today. I was not anticipating to take it up anything that challenging yet, and she did just fine. Didn't fall apart. It was kind of sketchy coming up the hill out of Mammoth. Felt like I was burning a ton of oil, but so far I really like camping out of this thing. I really like wheeling it. It's really capable. It's small. It's nimble. You know, it didn't take a lot of money to get it to this point, and if I had to guess, this is the most wheeling it's done in its whole lifetime, or at least quite a while. So I'm impressed by it. And if you guys are seriously considering one of these things, I think they're really, really worthy trucks for the platform. I mean, tons of room loaded out. It's heavy as shit, but it does really good on these trails. So honestly, these are very viable options for a good overland rig.
Sick. We're good on rocks, dude.
We're good on rocks?
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, is that white chocolate?
Vanilla.
Oh, white chocolate's terrible.
Vanilla. This is vanilla flavored.
Vanilla?
What?
No.
Not vanilla flavor.
It's white. It's got to be white chocolate then. Or is it just vanilla paste?
Want to try it? Okay.
Go ahead and tell YouTube that you started a YouTube and tell them what your channel's called.
So YouTube, I started a YouTube, and the channel's called Jonny Forerunner with an A.
You spell it out.
Jonny 4R.
Like F-O-U-R or the numerical 4?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, go
subscribe or don't. You know.
go like and subscribe. It's just Johnny kind of aimlessly stitching videos together of the stuff we do out here. It's really fun.